character using a similar build I've been using on the on the live realm. It's an elemental archer with resolute technique using using all the auras. Hey, the crowd is cheering for me. So I wanted to try out if it's still viable, because they made a change where reduced mana doesn't affect the reserved mana of auras. So basically you have a lot higher value for your totally reserved mana, even though they reduced the reservation of the auras themselves. So big auras such as discipline and wrath and anger and hatred are now 50, down from 60%, and the heralds are down back to 25%, even though they were increased to 30% earlier in the beta. Okay, so what does this mean? This means that your total, the total reservation of mana from the auras is lower than before, but you have less ways to reduce the total number. So one of the ways to reduce the mana reservation is on the passive tree. You can reduce the mana reservation on this circle here, this circle here, and this circle here. And there are two more which I'm not taking. The one is here in the influence, and the other one is down here, champion of the cause. So I don't take all the aura nodes in the game. They are just too far out. I do take enough to have all the flat damage auras. So I have wrath and anger and Herald of Thunder, Herald of Ice. All the other damage auras give a percentage of physical damage, which I don't have. I'm using Stormcloud for the highest attack speed, which is really good if you have flat damage. And it has zero physical damage. So I'm actually dealing 0 physical damage per hit. It's all elemental. Okay, so what's the consensus on this? It works. It definitely works. I'm at currently level 75, and I'm blowing through Act 4. So Act 4 stuff is pretty easy, as well as lower maps. The problem is I'm running into is that I don't have good gear. I could have much better gear, but this is the build I'm doing is not a typical one. If you look at the trade, every quiver, every bow, everything that's attack based is critical. Everybody's doing the critical meta. No one is doing anything similar than to what I'm trying to do here, and it's really hard to find items for it, even though that I have like, I don't know, 20 chaos lying around. I just don't get any upgrades. Okay, so the mana issue is solved. I have a very nice way of solving the mana issue for my fast attacks. I'm using 2 Elrond rings, so I have -8, -7 mana from the rings. I don't have minus mana from my amulet, and I'm actually taking all the reduced mana passives on the tree that are available to me at this point. So this is something like 37 reduced mana, and also there's a new unique jewel which is perfect for this build, which reduces mana reserved, increased skill effect duration, and reduced mana cost of skills. So the 2% mana reserved is very valuable, and the 3% mana cost of skills is also very valuable. If you look here, now it's 3 mana per cast. If I take it away, then it's 4 mana per cast. And if I take down one of the rings, you see it goes up to 10, and then I cannot. The fast attack speed takes away all my mana. But like this, with the ring in from Elrond, I can sustain it. I have a little higher mana regeneration than what my attack takes. Okay, so defensive-wise, I'm using an armor-based chest, and I'm immune to freeze from Alpha Soul. And my other items should be all armor-based. Also, I'm reducing the physical damage coming in with the Chaos Golem, and also I'm using self-cast Enduring Cry, which is pretty much the norm right now in the closed beta. It's actually it works pretty fine. Self-cast Enduring Cry is actually pretty nice. Oh, wait, sorry, that's the wrong one. So you will see I have almost 100% uptime on my endurance charges. And my physical reduction is at 28% if I have them up. It could be much higher if I had a better chest. But again, I had the problem that the closed beta is pretty much self-found, and my current chest is pretty bad. And also, if I would have a little bit higher level, I could have taken +1 endurance charge and a little bit of duration for the endurance charges, so that it lasts like 15-16 seconds instead of 10 seconds that they last at the moment. It's much easier to have 100% uptime if you have the duration. The damage on my tornado shot is 1000 DPS. This is counting the frenzy charges from Blood Rage, which I think is a must for every build. If they leave frenzy charges as they are now, they give more damage, more general damage. So any caster, everything. It increases the damage of everything, and also gives the attack speed and the cast speed as before. Okay, so what else should we talk about? Oh yeah, okay. Looking to the high end, looking at the high end future of this build, you will get a lot more damage automatically, and that is because at every level up, I'm currently at, I think, around level 17 on my gems, and every level gives more damage. So my setup is Tornado Shot, GMP, added lightning damage, weapon elemental damage. Here, instead of added lightning damage, you might want to get faster attack. It gives a higher tooltip damage, but I get a 14%. Oh wait, added lightning damage doesn't give shock chance anymore. Okay, I have to change this for faster attacks. It's much better. I will change it after for faster attacks. Much better. They changed the quality on added lightning damage. So greater multiple projectiles. If you level up, the less projectile damage part of the gem gets lower. So every level gives you 1% more damage. Tornado Shot deals base percentage of damage. Every level gives 1 more percentage, and weapon elemental damage. Every level gives you 1 more % weapon elemental damage. So on every level up, you get 3% more damage. That means I have 3 more levels to go here. 9 more levels to go, so that's around 20% more damage just from my gems. Okay, Alpha Soul. Oh wait, you don't add them. You actually multiply them with each other, so it's even more. 3 times 3 times 3. Yeah, that's going to go to the double, and you have to add the frenzy charge also. And then you have to count the extra damage from the increased level of the gems. Okay, and then you can see all my items are pretty crappy. Specifically, the boots are from I think level 30 or something like that. I'm using this for the strength and dexterity, which I think I don't need anymore. Well, not that much anymore. The quiver, okay, this one is missing 15% attack speed, so you can have a much higher damage from the quiver, and of course you can get some more life squeezed in from jewelry and gloves. The gloves should also have like 15% attack speed and a little bit higher elemental damage, but the most important part, of course, is also another 80 life from here. So at high-end gear, you will be at 4,200 life. You can see I got a lot of life circles. I have 2 more here to finish up, 2 more life, and then 3 more here. That pretty much finishes up my build. Oh no, 2 more life there. And then maybe at very high level I get the aura effectiveness, but nothing else. So you don't really have space for anything else. So for example, going down here, there's no way you can do that. I'm using some. What I really like about the Scion, I think Scion is the strongest in the game right now. I like how many jewel slots you get, because jewels give you a lot of flexibility. It's even more flexibility than items itself, because you can just pop them in and out. So you can see I'm using here an 8% here. 8% life is a very high value, and I have 2 more slots here to get some more damage. As well as here, I could just have one more slot to just increase damage with my character. This one also, it's a 10% general damage, 6% attack speed, and I have 2 more slots to advance on here. So all in all, I think oh wait, I have one very important thing I forgot. So all my auras are on base reserved value. You can actually reduce that by, I think, either enlighten or enhance. No, it has to be enlighten. So enlighten reduces the mana reserve, but at level 1 enlighten, that is 0% reduction, and it gets better at level 2, level 3, level 4. So that's for people who have a lot of money. If I would have a level 3 enlighten, which is a couple of exalted, like 12 exalted, but don't quote me on that, because closed beta and standard and whatever are different. I could squeeze in one more aura, which could be clarity, and then I lose the Iron Rings and I just use mana regeneration. Or maybe I could squeeze in purity of elements, and then go for some more rarity items. I could get haste, maybe. I'm not sure if I can squeeze in haste, but I think I might be able to squeeze in haste to increase my damage. And one thing I want to go into, if you play with a team, then you already have 2 very high level auras you're giving, and if you know that auras have been changed, so anger and wrath both increase spell damage also. So wrath gives lightning damage and anger gives fire damage. And you're generating frenzy charges and endurance charges. So if you go for conduit, you're a very strong, very strong team player. So if you have this character, and if you have a tri-cursor, and maybe some Raging Spirits character, I think that would be a perfect trifecta for the game. So that would work very well. And of course, it's currently on a 4 link. So imagining this on a 6 link would very much increase the damage output of the character. But then you have to think about the mana cost of the skill. There's room for improvement on the Iron Ring here. This value could be 1 higher, and also there's some reduced mana cost of skills on jewels. Or if you have a 6 link, then you might want to use 1 link for reduced mana, and that would greatly, then you would be around 90% decreased reduced mana cost for your skills. Okay, so all in all, I think you can put down the pitchforks. Playing an aura-based character, a heavily aura-based character, is still possible. It's a lot of fun, and I think for the cost of my equipment, Offers holds currently like 15 chaos in the closed beta. For the cost of the equipment, this is a quite strong character, and as far as I'm concerned, very fun to play. Tornado Shot is great, auras are great. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.